We need to be mad as artists. Mad. That madness is what we need as artists. Now, there will be some people who will give their blames what they are. They have biases. So, they will give you the blames, what they are all about, or they constantly think about all these things, all this bullshit and dirty things and whatever, mediocrity they can bring up, they can bring to the discussion. But these are the things you will face when you do art, when you create art. So you have to go above it so that you can create your art, you can tell what you want to tell. You want to tell a story, you want to tell your story, you want to do that, you do that. You want to create your art beyond that, you want to do that, you do that. And also I will tell you that some people have, many people are this having this, bad relationship with women. So they don't know what art is, they don't know what love is or what love can be, and relationship with women, especially women who are, artistic, and professional people who are in this glamour business, who are great actresses, great models. People don't know how to deal with them, or maybe they know how to deal with them, but they don't know how to talk to them or how to have a relationship with them. So there are things, people suffer a lot, people get frustrated. So you will see people will bring up things, people will do all this bullshit, people will try to give you the wrong people in your life. These things happen, these things happen. And they will give you the blames. And if you take those blames without even understanding it, without even, giving it a thought or giving it, generally what we do, we don't give much importance to these people because we know that whatever they are talking about, mostly mediocre stuff and shit. So we don't give much importance to these people. But they have a knack maybe to, to get your attention, but ultimately it will become shit. So it will not go anywhere, and you will not create anything, So ultimately you will become depressed, that person will become depressed, but that person will find other ways to, go on. And if you are having a different path, you have chosen a different path in your life, and you know how you can make your mark in that, so you can be going through a detour. So all these things will happen, part of the industry, part of the profession. But what happens is some people are so frustrated, they try to project a lot of happiness, they are very happy, they try to project that they are very, energetic, they are excited all the time, they are giving a lot of excitement, but they are very sad people, depressed people, they are very, frustrated people. And when they look at a good relationship, when they look at, people happy, together, they cannot stand, they cannot enjoy that thing, that relationship, or that the thing you are having, whether you are having a date or whether you are having an affair or having a relationship, or you are doing it for professional purposes. You are finding the chemistry between you two as actors and actresses. These are the things we do, and it's a lot of fun, and we enjoy each and every bit of it. Now there is a big spectrum, and you can do it in a lot of ways, you can explore and you can do it in a lot of ways. But we don't think about that mediocrity, we don't think about this shit, we don't even give it a damn, we don't even give it much importance. But sometimes you will see people who are trying too much, so that you give importance to that. I mean, occasionally for fun you can give it a try, but you will see that it will not go anywhere, especially if you are creating a great art, or you are trying to tell a great story, and your characters are far away from the people you are talking to. So you need to be in that, space where you are focusing on your process, you are totally involved in that process, and you are, engaged in that entire process, and that is how you are telling the story. So these people are far away from it and nowhere in consideration even. but they have a knack. If they can take you through a detour, they have a lot of joy, a lot of enthusiasm they have to take you through a detour. So these people you will meet in different places. In India there is a lot of people like that, because they are shaped by different cultures, different people, and they are like that, so they have propagated that through a big chunk of the culture. So you will meet those people. But if you stick to your path, if you stick to what you want to create, if you stick to what you want to convey, what you want to write, what you want to create in terms of art, in terms of storytelling, you will see that you will take the right decisions, and you will focus on that. You will bring your people accordingly, you will do your casting accordingly, you will bring your team accordingly. So all these things will help you to tell the story in a better way, to create your art in a better way. Sometimes you will do it alone, because you don't need anyone for some kind of arts. You can do it alone. Maybe you need someone who can market it for you, who can actually communicate the value of your artwork, or where to take it, and how much to charge for your artwork. Maybe there are people who can be adept with that, but you can focus on your artwork. Or if you can do it yourself, you can learn from that too, you can do that yourself. But sometimes what happens is you are focused on your artwork or your creation, and other people you have who will take care of it, managers, representatives, people who can vouch for you. I don't need anyone to vouch for me unless I select that person myself. I don't need anyone to vouch for me. But if I select a person for myself, then I know what is expected from that person and what communication we can have. So whatever I do in all these places, that is what I do based on my decisions. And if anyone has any doubt, they can reach out to me directly, so that we can communicate, we can have a discussion, and we can ask questions, we can answer queries. And if you have any doubt, I am willing to clarify that doubt. But there is a lot of frustration, especially when you know that you have people like you have a person like me, people of this culture, a big part of India, they have a lot of frustration. They cannot say that in public, but they have a lot of frustration. They have a lot of ill feelings about relationships. So what happens is they try to make up things, they try to say things. Sometimes I don't know what they are talking about, but if you can approach me, then I can at least give you an answer. So there are things like that, but ultimately what happens is these people are not needed in my life, but they think they are needed in my life. I can deal with that, but many people cannot deal with that. So people who want to reach out to me directly, you can reach out to me directly, and we can have great discussions. And we can actually make a lot of things happen, and what else I can talk about? Because if I talk about one line, people will come up with 10 criticisms. But it is not the place for that. It is the place where you get inspired and you create your art, you tell your stories. So this is the place where we don't blame much, we don't criticize much in this regard. Rather, if you want to criticize a film, we can do that. In terms of aesthetics, in terms of the content, in terms of the structure of the movie, in terms of so many other things, we can talk about the thing, storytelling and all these things, narratives. But people will give you blames, people will give the wrong people in your life, and people will try to take you away from what you want to do, especially if you are doing a great work. They will like you to suffer, sometimes for no reason, because what choices you are making, what path you are taking. But people will try to convince you. Maybe they will do that themselves, maybe they will do that via some people, so that you can get convinced by those people, and then they try to take advantage of that. There are things like that. But here in Artist 7 we will talk about cinema, we will talk about movies, and these things are there. But you can focus on something else, your work, your artwork, your filmmaking. And you should test these people. You should know how to test these people, whether you should really entertain them, whether you should really invest in them, whether you should really take them into consideration, because our artwork matters, our movies matter, our storytelling matters. So we can just give it to anyone. We cannot just give a chance to anyone, so we need to do the tests, we need to do our evaluation, we need to do our whatever criteria we have, whatever we are looking for that particular job. So we do that, I do that myself. So, and we all make mistakes, so that's part of life. But you will see those people, they don't understand anything about art, and they will talk about all these things. But don't get depressed, don't get frustrated. Rather you create your art, rather you enhance your storytelling, rather you enhance your artworks. And one thing happens is, when we talk about all these things in our platform, or maybe one platform, you will see that people will say, oh, he is talking about me, he is talking about us, he is still remembering us. We don't remember these people. First of all, one thing you must know, and you need to know if you need to, we don't remember these people, we don't have time for these people. But we need to mention these things so that when you are starting out, when you are trying to make a movie, if you face a situation like this, you can handle it in a better way, you can manage it in a better way, so that you know that it is for you. And we don't remember these people, we never need these people, and we don't entertain these people much. They try to make up their stories, they have their own imagination, grandiose, narcissism, whatever they have, but we don't need this. In Artist 7 we talk about cinema. So if you need to talk about cinema, the platform is open, I am available, we can talk. And offline, obviously, we will do a lot of talks, we will do a lot of discussions, and we do a lot of discussions. So it is not that we are talking about cinema and we are doing a sin, and it is why we are talking about cinema. It is not like that. The more we talk about cinema, the more we talk about art with the relevant people, with the right people, you will see that we are coming up with new ideas. We are coming up with ideas and how we will give it a shape. We are coming up with new ways, that is how we can nourish each other, right? So that's why we do the right thing. We create a lot of art, we don't give a damn about these people, and we tell some great stories. And if that happens, we don't become depressed or we don't become frustrated, rather we find different ways to tell our story in a better way.